yield back Mr. Kinzinger.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and again, thank you all for being here. It's a long day, I know, but we appreciate you being present. I want to kind of narrow in on another issue that hasn't really been too much discussed, and that's the website that's sending insurers bad information. Multiple enrollments, cancellations for the person, and forms containing gibberish that are showing up at the insurance side of it. This could continue to be a problem even if functionality in other areas of the website improves. In fact, it could become a larger problem because now so few applicants are actually getting to the insurers that they're able to be reviewed individually. Taking this to significant problems once people en masse start signing up. I'll ask you, Ms. Campbell, most news reporting is focused on front-end problems with the federal exchange. I'd like to ask a few questions about some troubling reports that I'm hearing. We hear there could be even bigger issues at the end of the system, at the end processes of the system. Both the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal have reported that insurers are receiving error-ridden 834s. And from what I understand, an 834 is essentially an electronic transmission form that lets insurers know who signed up for their product on healthcare.gov. So reports indicate that one insurer got an 834 with 3 spouses listed on it. Have you identified the specific problem, and how widespread is it? What's causing it?
So thank you for that question. We have uncovered a number of those scenarios, not significant, but a number of those scenarios, and we are in the process of making corrections. Most of them are isolated. They're not across the board for all issuers. So we are working in solving those as they come to our attention.
So you're saying that they're not very widespread. It's an occasional thing, basically.
It is more isolated than widespread.
And specifically, what steps are you taking to address that?
So it's part of our normal defect build process, right? So when that issue comes into the what they call it the contact center, we get a trouble ticket. We look at the CMS determines the prioritization of that trouble ticket, and then we work based on those priorities with CMS, and then we implement our code changes, and then update the system through testing and so forth.
So are you taking steps to guarantee, here's a concern, let's say somebody enrolls in December, thinks they're enrolled, maybe the trouble ticket happened or the 834 or something up, and so on January 1st they wake up and find out they actually did not enroll when in fact they thought they did. Is that a concern that you have that may be addressed in trying to rectify this problem?
We are tracking when someone enrolls that there is that they actually enrolls that there is a direct correlation to making sure that there is an 834 attached to that particular transaction to try and mitigate those things from happening.
Okay. Yeah, some industry analysts are saying that healthcare.gov's other problems have disguised the issue. If applicants were being able to sign up easily, but the 834 forms were coming in with this many errors, the results could potentially be disastrous. And just to drill down a little bit more, reports indicate that dependents are being incorrectly coded as spouses. Have you identified that specific problem as part of the overall issue?
That one I've not heard. It doesn't mean it's not in our queue, but it's not one that I'm aware of directly.
And would you be able to, I know you have a lot on your plate, I'd ask you if you could provide to the committee by 9 a.m. tomorrow the categories of problems with the 834s, because that's something that we're very interested in.
If I'm able to provide that information, I will do so.
You wouldn't be able to provide that eventually, you mean?
If I said if I'm able to provide that information.
Oh, I got you.
I promise the hearing will be over by then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
With that, I thank you. I have a minute left. I'm going to yield to the gentleman from Ohio for a minute, Mr. Johnson.
I thank the gentleman for yielding, and this will give me a chance to